Boop. All right. That's all she wrote. Let's do it. All right. Okay. We can close this. Don't need that. We can close this. Don't need that. There you go. That's a bit more. Okay. Let's get into a good position for the show. Something like that maybe is more appropriate for me. There you go. Forces me to look up, keep a straight back. It just looks more professional that way, you know? Hey everyone, take a break. No! Is it done? It's done for now, definitely. It's done for now. It's my favorite color, purple. I killed Bump. Oh, that's so sad. It's the final episode for now, definitely. Greatest episode of my career. It's definitely, I'd say it's probably the best episode of the series, definitely. I've made other videos, of course, which are probably equally as exciting and shocking, if not more so. Please check them out on Geno Samuel 3, link down below. What's next? Yeah, we're gonna talk about what's next, I suppose. By the way, in case you're new to this, hello y'all, it's me, Geno Samuel, coming at you live from China, literally live from China, and yeah, just uploaded part 85. Excuse me. Still recovering from bronchitis, I think. And yeah, so part 85 is uploaded. Is the season finale, as they say. If the volume is okay or not, please let me know. I just want to listen to my music. Anyway, okay, I'll just turn it down a bit. So that's the end for now. Part 85 is the end for the moment. The Like a Dog made me cry. Oh, yes, I know. It made a lot of people cry. Even made me cry, too. Yeah, it's banned in China, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. Do your tainted, defective massage medallions come with necklaces? Yes, they do. They do. They just don't come with certificates, but they do come with necklaces. They're ready to be used as a medallion. If you're so interested, please check out my merch site, www.genosamuel.com, for all your merch needs. I got some Geno Samuel merch. I got some Sonnet related merch too, such as my own custom-made medallions. I got a selection. I got Sonnet Juice, Roast Juice, Sonnet Chew and Roast Chew, Blake, Bubbles, Blake and Bubbles, Angelica, Gigliami, Silvana, and I think that's it. And the tainted Sonnet medallions, which are not up to snuff, so they're sold at a slight discount. Going to be remembered as one of the best and most dedicated documentarians of all time, and most likely one of the most defining the internet era. Congratulations on your work, both Chris and Not. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's high praise. Any updates on the cartoon? I'm gonna start working on it, definitely. A bit after this little break that I give to myself. How do you feel about the kids who didn't grow up watching Chris's exploits, learning about his bullshit first from your documentary? Well, I made my thoughts known at the end of part 85. It just you gotta treat this information wisely, you know. And if you don't, then it's you're gonna, if you wish to involve yourself into Christery just so you can involve yourself into the quickie, the actual website, or this video series, then you're off your rocker, and I don't really respect you personally. By the way, this is not a clip show. There's no quick videos today. This is a special recap and commemorative stream, you know, to commemorate the end of season 1. So it's just me and you. Did you make an AI to read the scripts for the quick videos? No. You know what? Let me pull up 11 Labs, because of course I did use AI for other stuff. For example, you know, the April Fool's video. So I am experienced with making AI voices. I even tried it myself for my own voice. Everyone's saying I'm AI. If there was no AI voices, no one would say that I'm AI. The thing is, motherfuckers. Where do I find these voices? Products? Text to speech. Okay. The thing is that if there was no AI, no one would question it. But now since there is AI, everyone thinks that I'm AI. The thing is that Gino, there it is. The thing is that I cannot make AI sound as robotic as I sound normally speaking. Can you believe that shit? I'm gonna prove it to you all. What made him this way? What is the attraction? What keeps us fascinated? This is the story of Chris Chan. Just give a little sample there. Not upgrade my subscription, you motherfucker. Alright, I'll generate. You motherfucker, please. Not permitted to use instantly cloned voices. I'm not permitted to do that anymore. God damn it, I need to. Anyway, maybe it's in my history. Maybe it's in my history. Or maybe not. But like, I know that I tried to. Okay. I actually, I'm pretty sure I can find something that someone else made for me. Let's just see here, real quick. And just to prove it to you that AI cannot sound as robotic as I do. So you all don't know what you're talking about. Oh, thank you very much for the mega chat, Anonymous.
CW クォーターズエピローグエピソードポストジェールコンテンツサンク UG の for the amazing documentary.
I mean, for the moment, thank you very much. For the moment, I am thinking that I will continue eventually, but you know, we'll see. This is me speaking AI about professing my love for Telecasters, which, as you all know, are the most terrible guitars ever invented.
That is a brand new Fender Telecaster. I'm going to record my new album, Terra Luna, on it. I purchased it in butterscotch, of course. The aroma of a butterscotch Telecaster is incomparably redolent. Every time I gaze upon it, I feel inspired. I truly believe that this is a conduit which expresses the sound of my soul. My biggest musical inspiration, Steve Howe, was also fond of Telecasters, and in some way, whenever I touch the neck of any of my several beloved Telecasters, I feel connected to all the wonderful musicians who have ever played them. On top of that, the Telecaster is easily the most versatile guitar ever made.
Bullshit!
I've made music in several different genres, and the Telecaster is the only guitar in my collection.
I've never done this!
The only instrument that has never let me down. In an age of constant technological improvement, it's astonishing that the best electric guitar ever made, just so, happens to be the first one ever to be mass-produced. I would like to present a poem about the Telecaster. The Fender Telecaster gleams, a beauty to behold. With its sleek and slender frame, it's a story yet untold. The ash body shimmers in the stage light's glow, while the maple neck sings, a melody to know. The twang of the strings echoes through the air, a sound that never tires, a music lover's rarest fare, the Fender Telecaster, a true work of art. With its simple design,
well, thank you very much.
It sets the
DC ティ
musician's
ケット
heart afire. It's a timeless
42.14W クォーターズ From the final analysis segment,
it's over.
it sounds like you consider Crystallia an example of mass hysteria. Was that ironic or is that actually how you view it?
Mass hysteria. That's interesting. No, I didn't think it was going to be about mass hysteria, but I did think it was the closest thing to gang stalking that has ever happened in recent times. That's definitely true. Yeah. It sounds like you, but if puberty hit harder, it definitely adds an American accent to it, to that, which I don't really accentuate that hard. Anonymous, thank you very much for the 420.
Anonymous Tippet 44.20W クォーターズ Hey brother, just wanted to give you something on the day you gave us something.
Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. Look forward to see what you work on next. I loved your Leica and Sentinel Island in particular. Thank you very much. I'm a jazz master and HSS Strat kind of guy. I like the look of a jazz master, definitely. Though I've heard that jazz masters are kind of difficult to maintain for maintenance wise. I only have 2 guitars in my collection for the moment. I have a Gretsch for my okay, let's see. Let's get this right. Gretsch G5622T. This is the guitar that I have for the moment. I had others and I had more before, but then I moved to China. I had to sell them. Lovely. And that's my guitar. And then beyond that, I have a bass. I have only a single bass. I used to have 2 at one time, I think, or is it 3? No, I think it's 2. They were all replaced by this guy. This is the, it's an Ibanez. Ibanez Sound Gear by Ibanez GR. Lovely. Pink. I was shopping around a lot, and thank you very much, Joe Movie Force.
Movie Force Tippett 41W Quarters. Do you think Chris will have anything to say about the final episode? Also congrats on finally finishing strong. Gino, God bless.
Thank you very much. No, it seems like Chris is ignoring the documentaries for now. Oh, it's a drop C because I was using this to record Forever, my latest single. Please check out the music video on my music channel, link down below. Let's bring it up. Am I back to E already? Damn, I'm good. That's not E. That sounds more like a D. There you go. These strings are added too. Just fuck it. Anyway, that's all I got for me. I do wish to get more. Possibly that will happen when we move to our own place. I live in Shanghai. Is that where you live? I do not live in Shanghai. I live in a tiny village in the middle of nowhere. The doc is over for now. Anonymous, thank you very much for 214.
Anonymous Tippett 42.14W Quarters. Congratulations Gino on getting to the end. Do you have any project coming up on your main channel we should watch out for?
I mean, yes, I always have projects lined up for both my channels. Working on several things for my music channel. I'll see if I ever get anything done for that one. And also, I am working on another documentary for the documentary channel, Gino Samuel 3. Check it out down below. Link down below. Yeah, it's gonna be another difficult one. Another difficult topic. I always cover these kind of heart-wrenching, horrible topics, and the one after that, I'm planning it's gonna be a bit lighter. Will you be emigrating to another country? My partner came to the US and I did all the immigration stuff. If you ever had any questions, thanks. I don't think the US is in my future for the moment, at least. So I'm not sure if you can help with that, but more likely I'll move back to Ireland. Congrats on the doc. Still waiting for your Cumbias album. Don't know what that is. Anyway, the non-Chris docs are always underappreciated gems. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Steven.
I can't say it's been an honor or a pleasure, but what I can say, it has certainly been an experience.
Yes, people do. Did you know say tails look like? They do look like feet. The heads look like
オ
feet.
ザカード・オザ・ティペット
The fuck?
46.90W クォーターズ Thank you for
Anyway.
all your work. Can't wait
Thank you very much,
for
Woza.
season 2. What's your favorite moment you left on the cutting room floor?
Yes, there are quite a few moments that I wish I got in. There's a moment that would have been in part 12 where it's an actual video of classic Chris that I completely missed. I missed it. It's the audition video that Chris made for Vanessa Hudgens, where Chris shows off his acting prowess. Excuse me. Still recovering. And yeah, so Chris is showing off his acting skills, like fighting scenes and emotional scenes, and rescuing Ivy for Vanessa's. It's weird. Anyway, I can't remember, but it's something like that. And of course, I don't think there's an if. I think it's going to take a while, but it will definitely be released. The physical release of the comprehensive history will restore that moment. Also, what else is there? There was a moment in one of the Casey calls that I left out where she suggests that Chris should get in touch with his feminine side. And that's just not in there. And I don't know why. Like there isn't enough foreshadowing in Chris's life. That just had to be in there. Anyway, it will be for the upcoming release. What's hanging from your SM7B? Is that the tag from the tripod? No, it is not. It is my Gino Samuel Productions keychain. Right there. It's a stylized GS logo made in the style of the old Warner Communications logo. That's a parody of that. And it could be yours too from my merch sites, www.ginosamuel.com. The director's cut, yeah. Come, Sister Todd. Anyway, Casey took too much space, literally. Oh yeah, that's definitely true. I'm still gonna post a comprehensive. Oh wait. A what? Can someone post something else so then I can read that? Am I gonna post a comprehensive history in the far future? The plan is that I will continue it eventually with season 2, but we'll see what happens. I am though thinking of making Chris Chan a concise history, a single video that is covering Chris's entire life. Like there are not enough of those already, but like another one will just to add to the mix. Why use the SM7B for steaming, but use the corn cob for the dock? It just sounds better for me, Blue. It just does. My corn cob mic is right here. I still hold it in my hand as I've always done, because I just don't want to bother with taking the SM7B off its stand and replacing it with this. So I just hold it and talk into this when I'm recording the documentaries. It just sounds more crisp for me. I like the definition that it gives me. Woza, thank you very much.
オザティペット 44.20W クォーターズ DVDs 保演
I'm gonna do a Blu-ray release of season 1, hopefully. That's the plan. It will be free for all patrons who pledge to the $150 tier. It's a free gift. Your long form videos usually do really well on YouTube. I don't know if you can upload a 60-hour video or not, but you could try. I'm gonna run out of data for my VPN, unfortunately, if I do that. I mean, I can buy more. That's not a problem. I just don't want to do that. I really don't. Yes, historically they do seem to do well. Like, for example, a recent example is the recent video from Gibby on his second channel or third channel or whatever channel. It's like a 12-hour long video, or is it 8-hour long video? Maybe it's an 8-hour long video covering the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's, and that got like 1 million views, and in less than 24 hours. So, I mean, if it's video game content, I'm sure that's going to be a lot more successful than the 5-hour documentary about a South Polar expedition. Sad. I'm drinking coffee right now. Which Patreon tier makes you read my fan fiction? I mean, I don't have one for that.
DEC ティペット
Thank you very much,
44.20W quarters. Thank you for your service. Do you ever worry that you got too close to Crystal, since it seems to bring misfortune to everyone involved?
Thank you very much. No, I'm not worried about that. I'm determined. I'm very stubbornly determined to crawl through the tunnel of shit that is Christery and come out clean on the other side. That is my goal. Turnover may not have done well on here, but a ton of my professors seem to enjoy it. Huh. Coffee! Thank you very much. Okay. That's right. Some people were asking what is my keyboard. It's an AIGO A100, AIGO A100 mechanical keyboard right there. It's 100 keys flat. It's pretty good. It's both available as a wireless dongle keyboard or a wired keyboard, made in China. I suppose it's a Chinese model. It is very heavy, actually. Of course, it's mechanical, so it's gotta be. But it's awesome. It feels like I'm back in the 90s, back on my dad's old desktop, working away on Windows 95.
Anonymous Tippet 42W quarters. How do you even keep Sane from the Chrysler?
Thank you very much. I really don't care what I'm doing, you know. So it's just basically a job for me. So, you know, like any job, you do your job and you go back home and you relax. It's the same thing everywhere you go. Fuck it. Excuse me for that. Sorry about that. Damn. A lot of my soundtrack for the Terra Nova that you're playing here, some of it at least, has been corrupted by my old hard drive, on which I edited the Terra Nova documentary. And in case you missed it, I mean, if you're in my Discord, when I was still like finalizing it and trying to render it, I was trying to render it for about 2 weeks. It kept failing every fucking time, and I had no idea what to do. And I eventually found a way around it. I like rendered it 3 times into like 3 different sections and then put it together, so it's not the best quality, you know, for YouTube, but that's just what I had to do, because my hard drive kept corrupting stuff and it just failed. And as you can hear from these soundtracks, sometimes they kind of die, because this is a leftover from the previous hard drive. I just you know, copied them over to the new one here, which is, you know, brand spanking new, and it's quite big, and you know, it's great. But unfortunately, there's still another glitch that survived, and it's up on the Terra Nova video, like around 2.5 hours in or something. But like, there's nothing I can do about that. I still have the actual projects. I mean, I can just re-render them, but really don't want to. Have I spoken to Drew Dog by chance, who won Tetris 99 to Chris? I have not spoken to him, though he is quite excited about being part of Christery now. Do King Cobra JFS? Nah. Big missed opportunity. Sex offender. Thank you very much, Anonymous. My goodness.
Thank you for all your hard work on the doc.
Thank you very much for your support. My goodness. Chinese child signaling for help on Juno stream. Who? Get a real life? I mean, this is a pretty real life, you know? You're creating a horrible part of history. Sure. Let me just say that if you were ever in an opportunity where you could just do this and make money instead of physically working hard, you would take this chance. You would, honestly, and I'm truly grateful for this opportunity. So thank you all so much for your insane support. Interesting question. I'm just saying is that, you know, content creators, there were like a couple of streamers who just jumped out recently saying like how difficult it is to stream, how difficult it is to talk with the audience for hours on end, how mentally taxing it is. You go fuck yourselves, all of you. This is not that difficult. When you see what's happening in the real world outside of Twitch and YouTube and stuff like that, if you manage to build up an audience who support you like this, you better kiss everyone's fucking feet, man. This is a privilege, man, and I'm truly grateful for it, and I wanna do my best to entertain y'all and give y'all good content. And whatever I get in return, I'm truly grateful for that. You know? I'm just saying this is kind of like a light dream, you know? It's not like another one. Motherfuckers. Anyway, it's not. I'm not living in a mansion. I'm not rich enough to buy a mansion just yet. I'm not sure if I ever will. But like, this is quite extraordinary. Quite extraordinary what this what the situation is. You are Bella. Woo! You are Bella. I think we have photographic proof to prove that we are not Bella. I created Bellas. I created Bella's what? I created Bella. All right, simmer down there. DJ Khaled reference. Stop it! Excuse me for that. From your studies, what do you think is the main cause for how Chris is? Upbringing, mostly. Albert Kane, thank you very much.
アルバート・ケーン・ティペット 44.20W クォーターズ Just sending some thanks for the documentary. I will stick around for your other stuff. When do you think you'll return for making more of the Christian documentary?
It's gonna be at least a year, I'd say. At least a year. You agree, Bella? Halcyon is Bella. Oh, I see what that means. Okay, sure, why not? Sorry, it's some corrupted files from my previous hard drive. But by the way, just to no, it's not my phone. It's actually part of the audio files that I'm listening to. Some are corrupted, and I don't know which ones are. Unfortunately, say the N-word. Neighbor. Yeah, just to address the previous question, what I wished would be left out of the documentary. I don't wish for anything to be left out of the documentary, honestly. If I could keep more stuff in, then I would love to. That's kind of my goal. At least for the comprehensive history series, at least this is a 9:45 a.m. for me, by the way, so it is totally appropriate for me to drink coffee now. For at least for the comprehensive history topics, there's Christian, and I'm planning, of course, to do a G.G. Allen, a comprehensive history, and possibly Forks, a comprehensive history. So for any comprehensive history, it's gonna have this dry, monotonous mood to it, and to the best of my abilities, say the T word, Tiananmen Square. You did not spell that correctly, but I know what you're referring to. So yes, for the comprehensive history topic of series, I would try to fit in as much as I can, but also take note that yes, I'm reading this comment. You call him her as soon as he demanded it. That's not true. That's not true though. God damn it! I keep getting distracted. There's too many thoughts in my head, and I kind of have to close my eyes and then find them and pick them out again. Yes. Make the comprehensive history series comprehensive, but not boring. So if there's like stuff like, oh, Chris ate a waffle at 2 p.m. on Saturday, June 25th, 2020. I probably am gonna leave that out. And all those tweets, you know, at least tweets are not that interesting to look at. So I just picked out the most interesting, the ones that I think are interesting. You know, lots of people criticize me for. My God, Anonymous, thank you.
450W quarters. Thank you for crawling through the tunnel of shit to bring us an insightful documentary. Also, congrats on being Bella.
Thank you so much. I am unworthy. Thank you very much. Yes, as you all know, I am Bella. As you can tell from these glasses, no, we wear the same glasses. Thank you very much. Yes. Was anyone following where I was? Because I completely cannot remember anymore. I need more coffee. What about the cupcake that you left in? The cupcake. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Some people criticized me that is my channel monetized? It is not. That's why you have to go through a mega chat link and not a super chat, I suppose. No, you got a super and a mega. You got super mega. Boom. Check out the boys, super mega, on YouTube. They need all the help they can get. They're a young upstart comedy duo. I wish them well in the future. They got like 1,000 subscribers or something, so it's up to them, and give them your love. I'm just saying that I think the tweets and all the info that I left in were relevant and important and interesting for me, and I think that some people would find them interesting too. Unfortunately, not all of them. Not everyone, you know, is gonna find all that kind of stuff interesting, but that's the kind of stuff, you know, that that I think necessitated the creation of the comprehensive history series. Is that a lot of people, you know, on YouTube at least, remembered Chris from the videos, and I was looking through the quickie and reading along and saying to myself, holy shit, there's a lot of stuff here that's not just videos. There's emails, there's audio recordings, there's these voice calls that not many people know about. So I wanted that to be part of the comprehensive history of the video series. Have I considered any other lolcows? I bet you're burnt out on them after all the quick, but I feel as though someone like Daniel Larson has your name written all over it. Apparently someone else is doing a Daniel Larson comprehensive history series, so I'm not gonna do any modern lolcow. I do have some ideas for a potential John Bulla documentary, just like a one-off thing. So that's possible maybe in the future. Didn't the pics of Bella seem odd to you? Odd? Odd in what way? Drummer Crush, good job there. I'm sure that's gonna affect me greatly, yeah. Good on you. With your damn 4chan copy pasta. Am I a top or bottom? Can I just be somewhere in the middle? How big is my cork board with red string? Sure thing. Jambola. Yeah, and then beyond that, I do have a script ready for William McGonagall, the so-called fake, like photos of herself, or the screenshots that she shared. Thank you very much, Anonymous. In Gina, I just live my life normally, fairly normally, you know. I'm just well, my business is entirely outside of China, you know, basically online stuff. So fixing Photoshop, not to me at least. Oh, I mean the Maxine Sdero photos, of course, are very heavily edited, I'm sure, but the others seem fine. Love your content and music, by the way. Thank you very much, Radical. They're stuffed. I mean they are apparently stuffed. Yes, that is quite true. Selling the genus animal hairs. As my wife watched the doc, she watched up to like part 60 or maybe part 70 something. She watched the April Fool's video a couple of times and made her cry. And she watched a bit of the other ones, but not too much. Thank you for the Doc Gino ending. Brought a tear to my eye. End of an era. Thank you very much, Dyer. Thank you so much for joining.
Marshall Tippett 44.20
Thank you very much, Marshall.
When it comes to Chris Chan's gender identity, do you have an opinion or do you just make the videos and go with everything? I love the videos and don't care either way.
Thank you very much. Personally, I think that oh, thank you very much, Anonymous.
Anonymous Tippett 44.20W quarters. Do you think Bella got away with IT? Thanks for quality sleep material.
Thank you very much. I don't think Bella got away with it. She's definitely remembered for what she's done. At least, I'm not sure what she's doing in her personal life now, so I really don't know how much is affecting her now. But there are major videos still up about Bella. They're still up there. So I'm sure she did not get away with it. I'm not sure if there's any legal repercussions regarding her, but she's definitely going to be remembered, I think, for what she's done. As for Chris's gender identity, I do believe that Chris truly believes that she is that she is a female soul, that she's a woman. I really don't. I mean, she may have a warped opinion of what a woman is, you know. She may have the wrong idea, but like no one is just like simply pretending for outsiders would generally believe that there is a vagina contained under their taint. So then they take a knife and try to open up their vagina. Someone truly believes in that, you know.
All your base belong to us.
That is very true. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. People say that she got suspended for 2 years from Texas Tech. That's what they say, at least. I don't think there's any actual documentation proving that. I don't know what anyone could come away from documentary thinking Chris Jones wasn't genuine. The signs were there from the beginning, apparently. Signs were there early on. Yeah, seems like there were even Null. Even Null said Chris is like one of the only true trans women out there. That's what Null says. Has many delusions while entertaining this one. It's not really a delusion though. Well, when will season 2 come out? Much later, much later, at least a year from now. Chris does have strong gender dysphoria since the early years. Indeed he did. Maka, thank you very much.
W quarters. Thanks for all your hard work. Gino. He has 2 new projects and new music videos.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the support. Thoughts on Null? I mean, he has his morals. He knows what he believes in, and he stands up for them. He works damn hard.
マーシャルティペット
So, yeah.
44.20W
He's got that going for him.
quarters
Thank you very much, Marshall.
THX for the answer I got worried you forgot about me Favorite series on YouTube You deserve all the love
Thank you very much. I didn't forget about you. Come on. Are you doing the jail saga? I mean, that's the plan. I'm gonna continue on with season 2 eventually. That's the plan, at least. But Null also said that Chris was still a man on the same live stream. I mean, Null never respected Chris's pronouns. But apart from that, Null did, you know. Null did say the other things too. Is anyone taking care of Barbara? No one knows exactly. There's some conflicting reports that people visited the house before, and what else? And there was someone there who came out of the bushes and said she's not here anymore or something. I really don't know. No one really knows what's happening there, but there was a picture taken last year, I believe, of someone who showed up at the house, and Barbara's just like there outside the door, looking a bit confused and shocked. And that's all we know about Barbara. Do you plan to release a physical copy of season 1? Yes, I am planning on that. I will remake at least some of the episodes, perhaps the early ones more so than the later ones, but I might edit some of the later ones as well, just to make them more accurate, fix some things, add some notable details that I missed. Can we get a season 1 on Blu-ray? Yes, we will. I'll see what's available based on my I have a Blu-ray distributor producer in mind, so I want to see what's available before I promise any special features. I would like to get a director's commentary on all the videos, like as an optional second audio track. If that's available for me to make, then yes, I'll make that too, hopefully. How much will the physical season 1 disc cost? I mean, discs. It's gonna be free. It's gonna be free, man. You'll get that as a free gift with every pledge of $150 on my Patreon. $150. I mean, that's my thinking. There will be shipping to Brazil. There will be shipping to Antarctica. I am currently, I'm handling merch at the moment, and I am shipping worldwide. Check out www.genosamuel.com for your merch needs. Yes, free with every $150 pledge on Patreon. That's the plan, at least. We'll see. Like, for example, the Chris medallion in the rear sequence early on, the cut and censor quite a bit because of the demonetization. Yes, the medallion destruction, for example, video will be more explicit in the release. Yes, some of the explicit drawings of Chris, depicting sex acts, they will be uncensored. Chris's nudes will continue to be censored. $150 pledge is not free. Will it be a one-time thing? Yes, it will be. You're not doing the
PowerPoint
pledge?
Station Tippet 44.20W quarters. I thoroughly enjoyed your thoughtful and academic approach to the Christian doc. It's like seeing history in stereo after only listening in mono before. Gino deep cut.
Thank you very much. If that's a reference to Stereo Love, that is hardly a deep cut. Everyone knows Stereo Love. What about the doxing? The doxing? Like what? Like people's docs? So it costs $150? I mean, you can think of it that way. If that makes it easier for you, yeah. Captain Robert Falcon Scott just
CPT ロバート・ファルコン・スコット・ティペット 42.14W クォーターズ
Okay.
Also even I can get my
Thanks,
own
Cap.
official copy of Chris Chan A Comprehensive History 登録商標オンブルーレイ
That was Japanese. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, the owner. Back from the dead just for this moment. Okay, thank you very much. Like the directors. Ooh. Oh, like that? No.
Anonymous Ticket 44.20W
Thank you very much,
Quarters
Anonymous.
GG All in Lives GG All in Lives
All
Chris
in.
Chan for Prism
Okay, sure thing. No, all the people's docs will continue to be docs. No, all the people's censored stuff, they will continue to be censored. For $100 of betting, be getting full nudes. No. I'm pretty sure if I did that, that will constitute me spreading revenge porn, basically. So I'm not going to be doing that. So, wait, is Blu-ray for real? Yes. I'm also going to be re-rendering them in 2K, I believe, for the optimal quality for your home viewing experience. These are on YouTube up to 1080p. The first half or so is 720. And the rest is about 1080p. I mean, there's not going to be much worth, like there's not much content that warrants 2K, but you know, just for compression's sake, I'll just leave it at 2K.
Unclit
Enjoy. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay. AG の The wife and I have been enjoying your contents on the drive to our honeymoon. I've been a fan since episode 7 and it's been nice introducing her to all of this. Thanks for your hard work.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh.
Anonymous
That's a funny hobby there, Uncle Enjoyer. Thank you.
Quarters.
Thank you.
Probably a repeated question. Did you plan to put the series on hiatus after CWC is out of jail?
I mean, I definitely did plan to stop somewhere. If there was no jail saga, if there was no crime.
Anonymous Tippet 44.20W Quarters.
Thank you very much, Anonymous.
US Christian Weston Chandler's Big OTTs.
Yeah. I was gonna plan on keep on going until I reached the present day. So, some plans changed, of course. Yeah, I always planned to at least catch up to the present day and then go on a pause. But since this whole jail saga happened, I changed my course a little bit. Subscriber since day one here. Thank you, Gina, for so much for your work. I wish the absolute best in whatever you venture now. Good stuff. Thank you very much, Diego. It's coffee, actually. I haven't drank tea in a while. I prefer coffee, of course. Guy's lying because he said it was nice introducing my wife to all of this. Hey, no way. Nah. I'm sure some people are bonded over this. See? Thank you very much, Frog.
is happy it's finally over, so she can stop hearing Chris.wg no my sincere congratulations.
Thank you very much. Oh. Some don't appreciate it. Do you think Prater's behind the live streams in your professional opinion? Yeah, definitely. The doc is the doc is paused for now. Let's just say that. I will keep on doing the chill quick streams. Maybe a couple of weeks after this, I'm gonna continue with part 39, I believe, and keep going with the videos, I suppose. Once I catch up with the videos, perhaps I'm gonna do a read through of all the Sonichu comics and all the Sonichu works, and then I'm gonna restart from the very beginning. Who knows? We'll see. I believe her cans were fake, like they were padded. They just do not look right, personally. Do you think our Prater is making any profit from Chris? Oh, definitely. That's the whole goal. I met I met the lady I live with because of the series and Gino, so it's possible. Oh, I see. Good on you, Blue. Anyway, who is Flutter? No one knows. I don't know rightly what's it like living in China. My brother wants to live there. He's a world traveler. He's in New Zealand at the moment. I mean, there's things to adjust to in China. For example, if you want to keep in contact with the outside world, you got to keep you got to use the right VPNs. You probably have to have a good knowledge of Chinese, or at least have someone who is Chinese who is willing to help you. Because am I the narrator of the docs? Yes, I am.
アノニマスティペット 44.20W クォーターズ Any thoughts on the box art for the Blu-ray?
Not really. Thank you very much. Since there's going to be multiple discs, so there's going to be multiple covers. I imagine I'm just gonna get like a Chris face basically for each one that kind of depicts the general era that each discs go over. It could be like up to 10 or maybe even more of these comprehensive history episodes per disc. Could be up to 9 discs, I'd say, in total for the box set. I'll see how much I can compress the videos and make them still look good. AKA a VPN they're monitoring anyways, probably hard to find when they aren't scanning. It doesn't matter because I'm using a VPN here and I'm getting donations and I'm making money off of YouTube and off of Patreon and PayPal and other kind of stuff, and everything's fine. And I can keep working and doing what I'm doing, because apparently the foreign VPNs no longer work. Is what I'm hearing. So you got to use a VPN that's made by the Chinese for the Chinese, and so that's why you got to go through the right circles, the right contacts, and you know. Any April Fool plans? No, none at all. I don't think I'm gonna. I don't think I'm gonna actually. I don't think I'm gonna actually do anything. I can mention Tibet. What's wrong with Tibet?
42.14W クォーターズ $150 a month for the Blu-ray.
No, not $150 a month. $150, and you can basically unsubscribe immediately once you make the single payments. It's not a monthly. I mean, of course, Patreon is a monthly thing, though. And if you wish to keep pledging $150 a month, I'm not gonna stop you, but that's not gonna get you any more Christian Blu-rays. It's just gonna be the single set. So you can pay once. I'm gonna get your name and address with that single payment, and then you're gonna get your Blu-ray set. And you can. It's not free. I mean, it kind of is though. Whichever way you think about it. I did hear it is lovely in China though. Scenery, food, some people. I'll make sure my some people. Yes, that is very true. You gotta you gotta meet the right people. Is it be a $150 Patreon at the time it releases, or can it be after the fact too? I mean, it is at least 85 videos, 40 minutes each. That is close to 60 hours of content. Especially considering that there will not be the same videos that you see on YouTube. So, and at a higher quality. Why would a Blu-ray be free? Lol, I don't know what you guys expected. It's free on YouTube anyway.
Alistair Tippett 44.20W クォーターズ Thank you for being the most funny person to create so much high quality Christian content.
Thank you very much, Alistair. Try my best. I have YouTube Premium. I downloaded all the episodes already. Thank you very much. Cyrus, thank you very much.
サイラス・ジャッパリ・ティペット 46.90W クォーターズ I enjoyed the series so far. Have you considered a 4K Blu-ray release for the series for more storage space on the discs and to have it be native 2K?
Yes, there will be 2K videos, I believe. And according to my Blu-ray people, my Blu-ray maker, I think the max is like 23 gigs per disc. Keldor, thank you very much.
Congrats on all the hard work you've put in on the doc. Do you consider doing any podcast interviews with other content creators?
It's possible, of course. It is possible. I've done some before. They were not that successful for me, at least. Gino's just quiet, crazy. Nobody sits through that much Christian and calls himself well-adjusted. I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Should we do that $150 now or later? Don't do anything now, please. Don't do anything now. The option to buy or to be gifted the Blu-ray set is not available now. So please don't do anything yet. I will let you know once it is ready. It's gonna still take a while for me to get that ready. Can't wait to see Kristen appropriately touch a blow-up doll in HD. Whew. Never said you were just. Have you thought of doing special feature with the Blu-ray with changing episode times based on the sagas? No, I don't know. Nope, I didn't think about that. No. Can you sell a soul for a Blu-ray? I mean, it's gonna cost you. Why did you decide to go completely unbiased for the documentary? I've listened through 3 times and always noticed that you never state personal opinions. Why did you make that decision? I'd say that there's a slight bit of bias, especially towards the conclusions of each video. But generally, yes, that's the goal. I just want to be unbiased. I want to present the information without the corruption of personal opinion, which is what a lot of videos used to be like, and they still continue to be that way. It feels like it's such an unheard of concept for me to do the stuff that I'm doing, because like people like to inject their personal opinions into these and portray Chris in a certain way and portray the trolls in a certain way as well. And I did not want to do that because that just distorts the true story, and that's what I want to get at. I want to get to the truth. No, I'm not going to AI upscale the videos. I want them to remain the way they were originally. Because that just... Christian's Mama Milkers, thank you very much.
CWC is a horrible person. Do you feel this negatively impacted your life? Were you impressed by Jenkins Khan's? Sincerely, Christian's Mama Milkers.
Thank you very much. Yes. No, I don't think it affected my life in a bad way. And Bella's knockers were fake. Thank you very much.
What if you included the corresponding chill CWC stream as special features on the Blu-ray? Or maybe raw narration audio?
Interesting. No, I think the streams will work at all. The music is awesome. Can we find it somewhere? Thank you very much. It's this is the soundtrack for Terra Nova, The White Silence, my documentary video on my Gino Samuel 3 channel. It is available only on Bandcamp, I believe, which is also linked down below. I don't think it's available anywhere else. Doesn't that mean you should leave them at their best original resolution? Yes. So that's why they're going to be in 2K, even though they are like 144p and already overcompressed enough. But some videos, like from Chris's later life, are in 1080p. So I think it's best to render them again in 2K just to preserve that quality to the best of my abilities. Outtakes. I'm thinking I'm gonna release. I'm saying, if possible, I would like to do a director's commentary for the Blu-ray release if possible. I'm not going to promise that now because I don't know if that's possible to like have a second audio track there. And beyond that, I'd like to also, as a special feature, release the April Fool's video as well, and also the original 13 episodes as they were released originally on Geno Samuel 2. Not 2.1, but 2, which are not, I don't think they're available on YouTube, or at least they're very, very well buried now. You know? I found it super depressing. Chris doesn't make me laugh when we're just depressed. The animated series, I'm gonna start working on it. That's definitely in the works. I will see how far can I get along with it and see if it's worth making and continuing through it. So I'm gonna start working on it and see how it goes. I'm gonna make at least the first 3 episodes and see how it goes. I can't promise how successful it's gonna be. If it's not that successful, I'm not gonna continue with it. But I will give it a try and see how difficult it is. Can you list the soundtrack you used for the documentary, please? I can't find the songs using for the documentary. For the Chris Chan documentary, they're listed. Thank you very much.
Do you intend to bring up Cyrax and his many mentions of Chris in future episodes of the doc?
I don't think so, because I don't think they've ever interacted directly. And if I include Cyrax talking about Chris, then I got to include about every single YouTube people talking about Chris and not getting involved in Chris as well. So it just makes no sense for me personally. So unless they get involved directly with each other, I'm not gonna do that. And I'm gonna say that yes, the soundtracks, all the tracks that I used for the Comprehensive History series are all listed in the descriptions of each video. I can't tell you which ones are which, you know. I don't know the order. I just list them alphabetically, but they're all listed there. Most songs are Kevin MacLeod. That is right. How does one get the Blu-ray? You wait for it. I'm gonna let you know later. James Cage White, I suppose, is a popular Chinese lolcow, but it's not that popular in China though. Seen quite a bit of Chris Chan re-uploads now on Bilibili. It feels like there's an untapped potential. Nikocado Avocado is huge in China right now. I don't know about that, but okay. Happy birthday, Gino. It's not my birthday, but thank you. It is a... By the way, someone asked before, this is the Baggio Mix Espresso. I brewed it myself. I have an espresso machine at home, so I make coffee every morning. I live in China now. Yes, I do. The next big thing is my potty break. I gotta go potty. I'm gonna be back in about 30 seconds. Just you wait.
Cyrus Jabbari Ticket 42.14W Quarters. How come all the parts so far are season I, instead of dividing them into seasons based on year of release? Also, how about a doc series on program
this long was
rock?
funny. That's all. Anyway, I'll be back soon. Anyway. How's he just... Oh. Yeah. Yeah, that's a gecko. Yeah, that's a gecko. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Apparently, according to some sites that I read, apparently every Chinese house has a gecko, at least one. it just happens. Are dogs consumed as food in your area? That's way cooler. Is he moving? Hey, he moved, finally. Okay. What time is it for me? It's 10:22 a.m. I'm not gonna pick him up. Of course I wash my hands. My sink is right there. Where's the stream Lithuanian solely? wait. There's some things that I missed here. I'm sure. Yes, there's a mosquito net. There's a bed here. This is the guest room basically, which is also my office. There's a mosquito net. There's a bed, because you know, mosquitoes are in this area, and you have to hide from them. That's an efficient. You didn't pull a Chris and leave your mic on in the bathroom. Of course not. Like starting season 2. Wash my hands. Spy gecko. When you're gonna go, you gotta go. How's gecko? Must have a name. Do you know? Free gecko. I feel like I missed something, but I can't really remember now. Will I be making more music videos in the future? Yes, definitely. Definitely will be. Commander Louis, thank you very much.
コマンダーローイエティペット 42.14W クォーターズ Thank you so much Gino. Your videos got me through college. Much love, man.
Thank you very much. Apparently, lots of people, lots of people have enjoyed my series while getting through their own lives. So, thanks. Mosquitoes indoor, Lord, I would hate that. I would too, and I do. And I do, yes. Yeah, I live like pretty much next to farmland, so yeah, so there's a lot of insects abound in this area, so yeah, it's not the funnest thing. Aren't you? Wait, hold on. There's something about Bella here. No, aren't you worried about Isabella is going to strike down your video due to the personal stuff? Probably not. I mean, there's other big videos about Bella that have been around for a long while, so I don't think anything's gonna happen personally. I was though more worried about Ethan Ralph. Thank you very much, Gypsy.
44.20W quarters. Thanks for the dog. Gino. Il pull a cup of orange flavored crush for you. より小さいさん。
Thank you very much. So 2 years ago that Netflix. No, okay. What was I gonna say? Yes, I was more worried about Ethan Ralph possibly striking me down for using his footage. That almost happened actually. I got a politely threatening email from Ethan Ralph saying, basically saying link to my Rumble channel or else. So it's linked. Don't worry, Ralph. I got you covered. If anyone wants to check out Ethan Ralph's kill stream, his Rumble channel is listed. It's linked in part 85's description, you know? And I was good. There's something else. There's something else. Someone said something. I want to keep up with all these comments. Yes, I will be doing quick streams. I'll keep on doing that. Pooh on stream. Netflix contacted you. It wasn't exactly Netflix. No, it was a producer
トリップティペット
A couple of producers who were attached to. Thank you very much, Trip.
on finally finishing the series for the most part. Can't wait to see what else you've got in store. You've truly let your talents run free and you've used them to the fullest. Keep up the great work. I'm proud to continue supporting.
Thank you very much, Trip, for that. There were a couple of producers and who were well connected, I suppose. They reached out to me for possible stuff concerning Chris. Nothing happened about that. I had a chat with like the CEO of a certain company that make documentaries. They seem to be quite popular, but they were mostly doing World War II stuff and stuff like that. And I had a call with the CEO, and that was fucking terrible. Like, he seemed so completely uninterested and out of it. And his secretary did not know what my name was. It was weird. Very disorganized. Honestly, it was terrible. But yeah, I feel like my life was going towards a different direction than like Netflix or whatever streaming sites making a documentary about Chris. If there's another opportunity like that, maybe I'll go for it. But I don't know. I have plans, of course. I mean, I have ideas. If I ever had the funds, if I ever had the power to make something myself, like produce a documentary or produce a feature like a dramatized movie, for example, or if I ever had the power to create like a Netflix series, for example, I would love to do that because I do have ideas for that. I do have the ambition for that, but I just gotta get rich and famous first. So you gotta handle you gotta deal with that little problem there first before I move on to winning Oscars or anything like that. Yeah. Paul Dano. Hey, Paul Dano's not a bad thing. Yeah. Okay. I'm sure there's I missed some things there. What's Bella's name nowadays? Could be Maxine Sedera. I'm not sure. Has there been any information about Chris or trolls that I've discovered while researching that no one else knows and that you won't put in the doc? No.
ライアン・インガム・ティペット 44.20W クォーターズ$150 is nothing for all of the contents are getting. I'm so happy to see this get a physical release.
Thank you very much. Hopefully, more people are interested in I think I just poop. Hopefully more people are interested in the physical release. That'd be great. I have been given some information for the documentary that I don't believe was ever given before. That's true. Like, for example, just this part 85, there was a person who reached out who at the time on July 31st or July 30th. No, July 30th. July 30th, they were just in the area and decided to make a little fun pilgrimage to Chris's house. And it just happened to be at the same time that the police came, and he took a picture and sent it over to me like last week or so, and I put that in the documentary, and like and it's there. No one's ever seen that before. What am I doing in China? I'm living in China with my wife and her family. Doing well here. So Janky's dad was a Navy SEAL and worked for the CIA. That's not bullshit, right? No, that is true. That is true. Janky's dad is also personally acquainted with the CEO of Cloudflare. Wouldn't you believe? And so we'll see how that. I'm not sure if I'm gonna address the future Bella drama and Kiwi Farms drama because it doesn't directly relate to Chris Chan. So I'm not sure if I'm ever gonna do that for season 2. I directed Bella to Gibby. Apparently I did. Gibby was pro Bella in the beginning, wasn't he? He was, very much so. I mean, everyone was just kind of believing Bella. I mean, most people were. Here's a question: what have you taken any interest in any VTuber channel, especially ones that binge? No, I have not. Though I have seen some VTubers who do watch my videos. You know, part of their reactions, whatever. That's fine. All those online security VPN things are super sus. I don't know. It allows me to still keep making YouTube videos and work on my stuff online, so I can't complain that much. And I'm still here after over a year, so it's not that bad, apparently. Despite you being neutral and unbiased, I love the parts where Kiwi Farms talk about informing Gino about things like his ultimate path to getting the truth out. Gino, could I get a Gino Samuel Psy for myself? Psy? Gobi is an idiot, yeah. Sure, I'll pay $150 instead of ETH this month. Up to you, man. It's okay. Who's ever able to do it, whoever wants to do it, it's up to them. Is it fine to fart on your newly bought gamer chair? Yes, it is. The idea of overfeeding cats to smell their farts is so horrifying and the whole world knows. Apparently. And I have not thought about documenting other lolcows per se, though I do have a documentary planned for Willie McGonagall, who's kind of like a proto-lolcow from the late 1800s. Very similar to Chris, honestly. I love your videos, but why do you focus on Chris Chan so much? I get it though. I'd a piece of shit. I mean, yeah, it is Chris Chan, a comprehensive history. It only makes sense that I focus on a Chris Chan. I'm not scared at all that the CCP will track you down from the stream using facial recognition. You're using a platform that's banned in China. Lots of people are using YouTube in China and Twitter as well, and that's fine. I've been doing this for over a year. The police have come and talked with me and my wife and my father-in-law just to see how things are going. I am fine, trust me, don't worry about it. Chris aside, I really think you're very talented in compiling data. Thank you very much. I am a data compiler myself, yeah. Favorite conspiracy theories? I'm getting into one recently. It's quite horrifying, but it's pretty good. I'd love to make a video on it if I get bigger. It's the Adam and Eve story. That really gets my noggin cooking. Why do I live in China? Because my wife lives here, and my wife's parents live here. That just makes sense. Keep checking Chris's Twitter to see if they're going off about episode 85. Kind of surprised about the sound so far. Yeah, last I heard they were, she was on part 69 or something. Thank you very much, Marcus.
Baby cakes Gino inspired and in AWE by everything you do. Hope your short ton pass was a good one and can't wait for the faithful successor to cabbage corned beef and cabbage can't wait for you to get to the coffee. TCWC and me stream. Asterisk backquote no.
Thank you very much. Your messages are so long that they get cut off. That's so sad. That's so sad. Unclean enjoyer. Oh my god. Oh, okay. I see what's happening. There's only one GG Allen doc. Yo, go off about Adam and Eve story? You want me to go off? Okay, sure. So anyway, the deal is. So let me do a quick recap of what the Adam and Eve story is. Is that based on what's observed in the geological record and stuff like that, and observing the written records of the oldest known societies and whatever. You got stories from the ancient Greeks and the Assyrians, the Egyptians, and all that. And this is how you get the earliest versions of the Old Testament stories. Thank you very much, Dr. Hadley. Stop it! You cannot. What's after Terra Nova? After Terra Nova? I mean, after Terra Nova was Laika, and after Laika is Otabenga. And after Otabenga is probably the Great Australian Emu War. That's probably what's going to happen. No, I don't speak Chinese. What was I going to say? Okay, so these oldest Old Testament versions of the story, a lot of them talk about a cataclysmic event that has happened before. The flooding of Atlantis, for example, Noah's Ark. We all know these stories, and the conspiracy is, of course, there's a similar one from that guy who was on Joe Rogan a lot, saying that this actually did happen. It was like a meteor that struck Earth, and stuff happened. Everyone almost died. Almost everyone died, except there were a few who survived. And this is where the story of Noah and Noah's Ark comes from, and lots of other societies all over the world. Lots of other cultures around the world are talking about a very similar story, where you get massive floods and you get a fire coming out from the earth, and and this is how. And the reason all these stories are so similar is because it all happened and was all passed down through the ages, and basically a true story eventually became a legend. Graham Hancock and Randall Carson. Thank you very much. Yes, that's right. Thank you very much, Anonymous.
Also glad to see you included a certain good smelling ghost but boy this time out Tom.
That's where it ended? Okay, thank you very much. Ragnarok goes on an incident where an infamous volcano Krakatoa had an eruption and covered most of the earth in smoke for 2 years. Right. And then, adding to the Graham Hancock thing, it's not quite that. This whole other thing is it's actually a slightly different theory. It is the whole switching of the poles thing. Even established scientists are saying that the magnetic poles are due for a switch. They say it happens like once every 778,000 years, which is what they're saying. Which is honestly, I don't know how they come up with these numbers. But they're saying apparently that this will happen, and I'm not sure if they're explicitly talking about what's going to happen when the poles switch, like what's the impact on Earth. So according to the Adam and Eve story, this happens fairly frequently, as in every 6 to 7 to 8,000 years. And if you look at the geological record, you can tell exactly when this happened, roughly. So basically, when the poles switch, according to this theory, of course, a theory, no proof. Basically, just imagine the Earth. You got the outside crust. It's hard, doesn't move. You go a bit more inside, and you got the fairly plastic, fairly solid mantle. Every once in a while, every 6 to 7 to 8,000 years, something happens inside the Earth. Kind of like imagine a solar flare going off, As we all know, the sun has its own has its own seasons, basically. Josh, thank you very much.
Congrats on finishing the doc. Truly my life is worth for having watched the whole thing.
Thank you very much. I hope your life is terrible because of me. Thank you. Okay, so as you all know, the sun itself has its own cycles, its own 11-year cycles, where it goes through a solar maximum, and it just starts shooting shit everywhere once every 11 years or so. And this kind of similar stuff happens inside the Earth, you know? And every once in a while, 6, 7, 8,000 years, the inner mantle gets molten, and it starts becoming basically lava, a molten lava, free to move around. And because of this, the outside of the Earth, the Earth's crust, you know, where we are right now, it moves, it shifts like this. It's free to move around. This is how the magnetic poles switch. When this is happening, the Earth, the actual solid Earth, moves almost as a single ball. And you know what's not moving? Everything else. The water, the air around us, everything that's not firmly attached to the Earth, that includes the people, the buildings, the trees, they're all ripped apart because the air itself is not moving at the same speed that the Earth is rotating suddenly, like through the course of for example, a quarter of a day, half a day, it rotates up to 90 degrees. So that means winds are relatively up to 1,000 miles per hour. Everything is torn apart. The Earth itself, and of course the water, basically stays where it is, you know, and that in turn floods the Earth. And this is how you get the floods, of course. And of course, this whole movement is not exactly gonna keep the entire crust, solid. It is gonna break apart a bit. This is how you get mountains and valleys. This is how stuff goes up and down. This is where you get cracks in the earth. This is how you get lava spilling out of the earth. Hot molten fire out of the earth, from the bottom of the earth, going upwards. So you got a mix of floods and fires at the same time, which means that most of life on Earth will cease to exist as it is. Most of it. Some will survive. A very select few. And after about a half a day or so, it's settled, and now the pole is in a different place. And now the old polar ice caps are in a different place. They're probably closer to the equator now. So obviously they're now melting at an alarming rate. And now they're creating floods, and the new poles are freezing now. So this is how the ice ages start and stop. I read according to this book, which was apparently classified by the CIA in the 1960s, but it was recently declassified through a public of, POA, whatever, Public of Information Act. So yeah, this person apparently researched and estimated where the previous poles were. Like, for example, 29,000 years ago, it was this place. And then another, 16,000 years ago, it was this place. 11,500 years ago, it was a different place. And then 6,500 years ago, it switched again. And now we're currently at this state. We're apparently due for another switch any day now. It could be tomorrow. It could be today. It could be the next 10 years or next 100 years. Who knows? So yeah, this is the theory why the Galapagos Islands, for example, have stayed untouched for 11,000 years or more, because as the Earth was rotating, the sides, like for example here, they rotate the least, and they're affected the least, and this would be the general area of the Galapagos Islands, So this is why we're, trout. I'm very confused about the trout talk here, but anyway. So yeah, that's the whole theory, basically. And this is what Adam and Eve is all about. This is what the core of religion is all about. Adam and Eve, and Genesis itself is not about so much the creation of the earth. It's about the recreation of the earth. This is what's happening after, the first 7 days of the earth changing poles and rotating, and then settling slowly and slowly. And I think my theory is that, of course, after thousands of years, the words got a bit tangled up, and it's not about doing good things to get to heaven. It's about doing the right thing to get to heaven. And y'all, let me just indulge me for a little second. Point with your finger. Where is heaven? It's up, right? It's above our heads. It is the heavens. It is the space. And where is hell? Down below. Right? Where the earth opened up during this great switch, where all the lava spilled out. That's where hell is. This is where it's coming from. And the Bible is not telling us to do good things to go to heaven. It's telling us to do the right thing so we get the fuck off of this planet and go over there. Go to space. We need to find a new planet to live on before we go to hell. That's what they're selling. That's what they're telling us. All right. Terra Pikachu, thank you very much.
ペット 42.22W クォーターズ Looking forward to regularly schedule stream in the CWC Dock Break. Always love the chill and music stream.
Thank you very much. Where does Officer Nasty fit into the mix? All right, I'll chalk it. Yeah, that's right. Yes, we need to go to space. Galapagos Islands were formed by plumes of magma from the mantle and are just geologically young. Do you believe Isabella Janke deserved to get away scot-free, or should she be doxxed and sent to prison? I mean, she's got to be sent to prison for a reason. What crime did she actually commit? And there needs to be evidence for that. By the way, this is an iGo A100 keyboard, AIGO, made in China. Not meet aliens, make aliens. That was fun. It's giving Heaven's Gate vibes. They got it wrong though. They were on the right track, but yeah, they got things wrong, of course. The world ending would ruin my sleep schedule. Yeah. Animal cruelty? Maybe. Has Pixar ever contacted you over your Dirk animations? No, that never happened. If you want to check out more Dirk documentaries, Dirk animations, please check out my music channel, Gino Samuel Official, linked down below. If there's evidence of the hamster boiling, then yeah, sure, why not? Then they should go to jail, no? What's my favorite TV show? I got a few. I like Cheers and Mystery Science Theater 3000. That's my jam. Documentaries. We actually lived on Mars first, and then after the sun shrank and we ruined Mars, Adam and Eve were sent to Earth to remake human civilization. We have to go to Venus next. Venus? Venus is so toxic, y'all. I'm not sure if we're gonna go to Venus. It's so toxic, y'all. You don't want that kind of toxicity in your life. are still going to do lives after this last episode? Yes, I will. Based MST 3K Liker, I have a replica Tom Servo in my room. I want to make one myself, actually. It seems easy enough. Basically a gumball machine and that, like a little, like a pirate, knives in the pirate game, like barrel thing there as well, no? And then a Crow T robot is, that's just a bowling pin cut in half, no? Is the mouth, and then you got like a American football helmet for the rest of the head. Got ping pong balls for the eyes, and then like a barbecue grill or something for the chest. What's going on who is going to portray Chris in the biopic? Chris Pratt or Ryan Gosling? I think it should be Chris Pratt, honestly. Just more funny that way. What is that about? I love your stuff, man, but what was that rant about the unscientific nonsense, man? Unscientific? I mean, it is theoretical, based on theory and conjecture, and evidence from the geological record. This also explains how the Grand Canyon formed, because it just looks like it was formed immediately, and not after hundreds of thousands of years. It's just like it was a huge flood, basically, that went through the area and carved out that ravine, that canyon, basically. You know? Ryan Gosling. Before I explained the Adam and Eve theory, I was debating whether you were referring to the Bible or the site where Chris that Adam and Eve. How sacrilegious is it of that to call it, you know? I live in China, yeah, that's true. Speculation is science. Yes, that's correct, you know? Christian, a musical. There was a musical, actually. There was a rock opera released recently by a guy covering Christian's story. Timothy Chalamet should play Chris. Okay. Let's go to Mars to get the Martianacy. My goodness. Those theories don't hold much water. Well, hopefully they don't, because if the end of the world comes next week, that really fucks up my steez, you know. Big Joaquin Phoenix says, "Stop it! Stop putting him in every goddamn biopic." All right. Josij. Who is J? Dwayne Johnson as Christian. That's not gonna work, because if Dwayne Johnson is in the role, then he has to then he has to come out triumphant at the end. You know, he can't lose the fight contractually. I know, but given all the things that went down, although he just seems so selfish. I imagine him pressuring his mom, or else he would have gotten a hooker and she felt shamed into it. I mean, personally, in my opinion, yes, I do believe she was forced into it and she didn't actually want it to happen, but she was just too weak to resist, you know? So, some might say rape, you know? Allegedly. Stop it! We had a good run of no corruption, but there it is again. Jenna Ortega as Isabella Jane. I see it. She has a mischievous look in her eyes. Yeah, sure. Ryan Gosling. God damn. You know, Owen Benjamin would have been a great Chris, but you know, he's Jennifer Lopez as Bella. Come on, y'all. Hell yeah. You know, the music's scary enough without the jump scare. Denzel Washington as Bob. I see it. It makes no sense, but I definitely see him pulling it off. Yeah. Just make the Pickle Man the Mike Tyson while stealing Christian girl. Hey, hi Gino, my son. I'm so proud of you and grateful for your great dedications to Christery. Absolute Chad, but Anthony Hopkins as Bob. That makes sense. He's getting a bit old though. We're kind of running out of time. Schneider. It's Snyder, not Schneider though. You're making it sound too Jewish. Michael Cera as Gino. Look up the glacial lake Mesula. The ice age was full of periodic flooding. Interesting. Latte or cappuccino? Latte. Actually, can make my own lattes. Henry Cavill. Stanley, yeah. Kind of like a Stanley cameo for myself. Yeah, I see that happening. Those glasses really, they hurt my eyes. I feel like they do. Rob Schneider as Michael Snyder. I've heard some words saying, I've heard some people that Michael Snyder did die. Apparently, even Chris might have addressed it herself, and she said that she didn't care if Michael was dead or alive. Michelle Pfeiffer as Barb. Okay. In my opinion, you did the right thing by not putting the Sutress' name in the series, even though some people are doxing her in your comment section. Whatever, it's fine. Yeah. I'm just saying, because since, excuse me. Since my documentary has a wider reach than the Quickie or the Kiwi Farms, I do have to pay more attention, because it might have a worse effect on people, because this will expose more people to these certain individuals who are they were badly affected by being in contact with Chris, and I don't want them to be exposed to more eyes and more torment, because apparently the Sutras was institutionalized after this whole event, partially because Bella was spreading lies about her and everyone else was just parroting her lies. Snyder was a saint. How many more videos are gonna make on Chris Chan? Well, at least 5, at least. That's that's just my estimate, but I really don't know what's gonna happen next year. A biopic must be a Tarantino movie. Apparently Tarantino is quitting after his next movie. The Sutras is known outside your series? Yes, but there's lots of people who also know about her from my series, and I like to keep it that way. You just know very minimally about her, the same way like everyone apparently knows Chris's home address, though I never put in Chris's address in my series, because if you want to seek out Chris and get Chris's home address, that'll be your decision and that'll be your fault. And it's not because I point you in that direction. I gotta be responsible about what I put out, Yes, I will be continuing making docs about other stuff. And please check out my documentary channel, Gino Samuel 3, for some documentaries that are already on there. Check them out in the meantime. And then then I'll make more. I'm currently working on another one, still writing the script for it. One about Otabenga. What else is there? There was something here. Why are you in China, and how do I set up my life in order to move out of my sinking ship of a country? I mean, every country has its ups and downs. What's communism like? People say it's communism. It's really not. You live here, and it's not communism. It really isn't. There's a certain societal, cultural communism in the sense that it's a community. A lot of things are communal, like you do things together as a family or as a friend group or as a society. You do things together, sure. Like for example, eating together at the table. All the food is shared amongst you. We sit in a circular table
ブリック・ヘンリー・ティペット
Thank you very much.
44.20W クォーターズ
Take a
Just
much break.
wanted to pop in and say great job on the finale. It's an insane feat. Least I can do is give a little super impressed with how you managed to form a proper thematic narrative while still showing so much of Chris's life. Thanks for the docs.
Thank you very much for your support. Yes, so like everyone sits at a circular table generally, you know. That's just Asian culture. I mean, you don't see that in Japan. I lived in Japan too. You
クリスチャン・ティペット 44.20W
Thank you very much,
クォ
Christian.
ーターズ時の Thanks again for all the years of great doc episodes. Can't wait to see more non CWC related contents moving forward, man. Please take care.
Thank you very much. I will take care. I mean, it's state capitalist. If you think it's communist, you fell for the China state propaganda. I mean, collective culture, yeah, and that's I think a reason why a lot of communism in the world is in Asia. I mean, Russia too. You know, you could say it is part of Asia. It's on the same, you know, continent. It is part of Asia, and that was also communist. And Vietnam is communist. North Korea is communist. China is apparently communist. I'd say it was a lot more communist before. Eventually, everyone's got preoccupied with making more money and getting more successful, and it's really not communist at all anymore. They call themselves the Communist Party of China or whatever, but it's in word alone. You know, authoritarianism is not the same as communism. Do I prefer Japan or China? They both have their pluses and minuses, you know. Laos and Vietnam, yeah. Communism means supporting people like Quick. Modern Russia is kind of closer to China now if you want to talk about what kind of system they're utilizing, but they're more multicultural than China is. Well, yeah. How much of a weight has been lifted off your shoulders? Oh, a great weight, honestly. What's China mean in Christian? It means the pussy. Beaches or mountains? Are you asking my opinion? Personally, I go for mountains. I climbed Mount Fuji once, you know, so that's one for mountains. One of the most spectacular mountains ever. You know, Mount Fuji was an experience. I guess that was one of the things. I have a couple of things that are kind of close to like experiencing a fraction of what the Terra Nova team experienced in Antarctica. One is, of course, getting caught in the blizzard and almost getting hypothermia, and the other is scaling Mount Fuji with my friends at the time. That was an ordeal. That sucked so much, honestly. Was there snow? No. You're not allowed to scale Fuji when it's when there's snow there. This was during the summer months. And by the way, Mount Fuji is really like a tourist attraction at this point. There were so many people there, old and young. It's not that difficult to scale Fuji, you know. There's a Japanese saying you'd be a fool to not climb Mount Fuji once, and be a bigger fool to climb it twice. Cause like it's Mount Fuji, you just gotta, you know. But like, god damn, it sucked. There were like basically stations, like about 9 stations, I believe, on the way to Mount Fuji. We started around halfway. There's like a lodge, like a big hotel lodge cabin place at around 2,000 meters altitude, and that's like in the clouds already. And it's already halfway up, and that's where most people start, and that's where we started too. And there was beyond that about 9 stations or so. Basically, there's like a distance to climb to a walk basically, and then you get like a little station, you get like a little rest stop, and then beyond that the terrain changes a bit and you have to move differently. Sometimes it's just gravel and it's absolutely horrendous to walk that. and sometimes it's like actual rock climbing a little bit. So that was pretty cool. And once we got to like station 8 or so, like there's like 7. I believe 7 is properly like a hotel. It's like a log hotel on Fuji. Oh shit. Thank you very much, Anani.
Will you continue documenting Christian till death? Will season 2 keep going up with the Roman numbers? How will the Z fighters defeat Freezer? Find out on the next episode. 生麦、生米、生ハメ。
Thank you very much. All right. Yes, I'll continue working. You know, what was I gonna say? Yeah. So then, like, station 7 or so is like properly a hotel, and you can like order udon and noodles and or ramen and soba and miso soup there as well, for a lot of money, of course, because you know it's a hotel up on Fuji, and then. And like station 8, it's like a fucking vending machine. It's a functional vending machine on the way to Mount Fuji. Like, that's ridiculous. And then like the second to last station was like basically nothing there. And we were hoping that there was going to be more to it. And it was pretty high up there, and we were tired. And we were climbing the entire night, basically, so we reached the top to see the sunrise. And yeah, and we were so cold, we decided to rest for like 10 minutes or so. We were huddling, freezing, hugging each other for warmth. Oh, so funny. Thank you very much, Anonymous. Greatly appreciated. Wong Fuji. Yep. So yeah, that was pretty terrible. And then we got up there. I got like altitude sickness, I believe. I really wanted to vomit when I was there. I just didn't have enough oxygen, you know. But I didn't. I saw the sunrise. It came from like way down there. It was ridiculous. The sun was coming up from way down there. Unbelievable. So yeah, that was fun. There was a lot of people at the top, like 1,000 or more. And yeah, and the way back, we had to go a different way to go back. And that was fucking terrible. Going back was so much worse, because you're already so tired, you know. And yeah, that's my Mount Fuji story apparently. Snakes and ladders in real life. Oh, wow, it tastes so good. Secret tunnel? I don't think there's a secret tunnel there. Patrolling the Mojave will have you wish for a nuclear winter. Leonard Bernstein, Mary Lee... Okay, I don't know what the hell that's happening. We do a little trolling. Apparently you do. Cue the sad music. Yeah. Is the sun twice as strong in China where there's an eclipse in America? I'm not sure that's how that works. But yeah. Another conspiracy, of course. Prepare for the apocalypse, April 8th. Hope you all do okay there. The people in charge, the Freemasons, they've been planning this for hundreds of years. I just got a pop-up from my antivirus. I thought it was gonna be like, oh, you're banned in China for speaking about Freemasons. Oh fuck! All right, all right. I climbed Mount Washington and I felt like dying. You can only imagine how you felt with Fuji. I mean, it was good weather for Fuji though. It was just tiring. Thank you, Willie. Thank you very much.
Sorry, I don't know how to donate. I didn't mean to be anonymous. Just thought you deserved some money for the crazy amount of work you put into the documentary. IT sucks that there won't be more Christian for a while, and the ending was not a happy one.
Thank you very much for your support. And thank you,
Anonymous Tippet 46.90W quarters. Will you continue updating the doc for the foreseeable future?
Yes, I will. I'll continue eventually, but I'll go for a little break now.
リック・ロビン・カ
Thank you very
ーナ
much,
ン
Rick
ティケ
Robin.
ット 42.14W クォーターズペチャード・ユア・カバーバージョン・オブ・ザ・トーキング・ヘッズ・トラック・イ
Oh.
ン・マイ・ミックス・セット・サウンズ・バレアリック AT1 時30分9秒
I saw that somewhere. Thank you very much. Yes, my cover of the Talking Heads track. My goodness, I can't believe that people like that. Thank you very much. Please. Are saying it didn't work? I was doing it all this time and. Are saying it didn't work? All this time I've been doing this and it just didn't work. God damn it.
コモリティペット 42.14W クォーターズファミチキ好きですか
I do actually. Famichiki daisuki desu. Anyway, thank you very much, Goose. Like all your covers, especially Plastic Love. Thanks very much. How's the BBC? Not sure. Will next episode be Part 86 or Season 2, Part 1? It'll be Part 86, which is also Season 2, Part 1. I live in Arkansas, in the path of it. I'm not in the next live stream, then it didn't go well. We'll know, apparently. When do you plan on releasing the DVDs? The Blu-rays will be released much later. And there's no pre-orders yet. Nothing is ready yet. So hang on to your hats. I'm not sure when they'll be ready, but I'll try my best to get them out as soon as possible because I do want to remake a lot of the episodes. So then they actually won't be the same as what's up on YouTube. Have I seen Love Quest on Steam? It's about an hour or two long, and that is a game very obviously about Chris. I did not see that, no. Try to make it to at least part 100. I mean, how much longer will I stream? I'm gonna turn in about, I don't know, 10 minutes or so, because lunch is on the way, and I'm dying to eat, honestly. Have I completed my Love Quest, Gino? Of course I have. I got myself a wife in China. Why live in China despite the current political state of the world? If you actually lived here, you realize that things are a lot worse in other parts of the world, like for example the UK or the US. Honestly, just relax, guys. You're taken in by the propaganda. After you end Christian Comprehensive History, you should make a 10-episode long miniseries re-edit titled Christian. And I am planning on making it making Christian a concise history, like a proper, devoted single video feature covering the entire life of a Christian. Make it a bit later on, maybe a year from now. Which VPN is best for uploading to YouTube from China? I use a special Chinese-made VPN for China because the foreign VPNs don't work anymore, apparently, or it's very difficult for them to work. They're blocked by the firewall. It's either called Clash or Shadow Rocket. It's a Shadow Rocket for mobile and Clash for a desktop, but they are the same thing actually. That's what I use. You got to go through Chinese sources, I believe, to get it. I'm gonna rest for a little bit, but then I have to continue working. Will I ever write a rap song? Not really, no. I live in China, but Christian doesn't get any still. I mean, there is Flutter. I'm not sure how much of how connected they are to, with each other, but interesting. Thank you for exposing Janky for what she is. I imagine you'll be hearing from her sometime soon. I've heard from her already, apparently, according to the video, but no, I'll be fine, I'm sure. Is there gonna be more outtake videos? I doubt it. No, outtakes are not that interesting typically. There are some outtakes that were featured on my Patreon for the $2 tier. Check it out if you're so interested. Why the hell would you choose to live in China? Why not a Western nation? Well, because I can live here and not pay any rent. I mean, that's pretty good. You would too, honestly, if you had the choice. It's that simple. I'm not paying any bills. I'm just saving money for the future. It's not going to be my permanent home here, definitely not. I'm just preparing for my future endeavor into our independent life with my own family, you know? Has Chris ever confronted you about my documentary? Talked about it, sure, and even contributed some comments to it. Even demanded that I change a thumbnail or two.
クリスチャン・ルーカス・ティペット 44.20W クォーターズ
Let's
Just
hear.
for Pronounce アーカンソーコレクトリー
Even in Japanese, it's pronounced Arkansas. That's very good. Thank you very much. Yes, no electric bill, no rent, no food, no water. How do I do that? I live with my parents-in-law, who own the hospital, you know? So, yeah. I'm not paying any rent here in Portugal because I haven't left my parents' house in 50 years. Yeah, I mean, some Americans just cannot comprehend living in China. The Red Scare was a success. Yeah, that's how it works. You know, a lot of things, you know, in so many countries, you know, they say other country bad, we are good. That's the whole goal, you know? You just have to say that. You cannot call yourself call yourselves a bad guy and say we are the bad guys, the other country is the good guys. That just makes no sense. Every country calls themselves the good guys. Someone has to be the bad guy then, huh? If everyone's bad, then no one's good. If everyone's good, then no one's bad. You know? Us Americans should worry more about the commies in our own government. Did you only find the bunkmates and our experimenting story from the documentary, or was that the funniest part of the documentary? Huh? Oh, that story? I mean, that was quite amazing to read. Yes, the whole Jenkins Jinkies story. Yeah, that's yeah, that was. Yeah, that was quite special. There's not many moments like that personally for the documentary. China has a reputation for putting out low quality goods. How is the stuff that is made for domestic use? I feel like the made in China stuff for the outside market is made better than the made in China stuff for the Chinese. Honestly, that's how I feel, at least. But yes, you can get incredibly cheap stuff in China because it's made in China, and the beauty of it is that it's difficult to communicate and trade with China, so that's why you got to go through intermediaries, and that's why Chinese goods, which cost $1 in China, cost $20 in the US and in Europe, because they're all fucking idiots who cannot buy directly from the source from China. That's why the same actual, like, literally shit is costs so much outside of China. You know that China really built the entirety of the world, basically. 90% of the world is built by China, so you gotta be thankful for them somewhere, don't you? No American is actually responsible for a lot of war happening in the world right now. Eccentric. How can someone reach you over something important or quick if they aren't verified on Twitter? You can check out my email that is listed in the About section on this channel. When you ask an American why they don't like communism, they just, Russia, you cheat to remember Russia failed at capitalism too, so. I mean, yes, it's all just brainwashing and propaganda, you know. You're so against the propaganda of the Chinese and of the Russians, and you don't notice that you're eating the propaganda of the Americans, of the American government for the Americans, and the European governments too, you know. 、 You just don't realize it, man. Because you're all the same human beings, god damn it. You're all taken in by the same kind of lies. Everyone is propagandizing. Everyone is seeking, is striving to make life more difficult for the little guy and fill their own pockets, man. Every single society is like this, man. You're not the good guys and you're not the bad guys. You're all the same guys, god damn it. A man got his hip replaced in China. He tried to rob a bank and the poorly made hip snapped when he tried to live to mega money. Woo! I'm relieved that season 1 is complete, and now I can, you know, I can move on for a little bit at least. 90% of the cheap crap was made by China. The world was built by the US. Post-World War II, we laid out the groundwork for modern international trade, both logistically, diplomatically, and also financially. As an American, I know we are the bad guys, but China is worse. I mean, at least we didn't release COVID. We only possibly funded it. Oh, come on, man. I'm a based anarchist. Can I post my full address online on the stream? No, I cannot do that. America #1? Yeah, sure, why not? My society is the good guy. We're all just guys, yeah. Based guy. We're all... There's no Superman. We're all just man, you know? Love the first Geno hiatus. Can't wait for Geno hiatus 2. I'm still gonna be around here, you know? Yes, I'm planning on doing other documentaries. They will be available on Geno Samuel 3, my documentary channel, linked down below. 7 minutes left. Hello, do you have autism? No, I don't. My running theory is that the documentary reaching the present will be what triggers the dimensional merge. Once you get high enough in the ecosystem of the world, once you get powerful enough, once you get influential enough, you're all part of the same club. And the thing is that the guys at the very top of the pyramid, you know, pyramid, it's very important to know, by the way, it's a pyramid. The grand majority are on the bottom, who know the least. And the tiny bit on top know the most, and they're the most in control of the rest of the pyramid. And once you get to the top, you're all part of the same club. And it's in their best interest to let the ones on the bottom believe that you're all different, that you're all divisible, that there's something wrong with the other guy, you know? It's all part of it, you know? As much as I love Chris content, I'm really excited to see your attention put elsewhere. The non-Chris docs are even better than the comprehensive history. Thank you so much. What's in my hand is an egg. It's an egg. It used to be part of my phone case, but it doesn't really stick to my phone case. And my phone case, my new... Excuse me. All right. My new phone case is a piece of bread. It's pretty snazzy. I like it a lot. The people on top put the chemicals in the water and make the frogs gay. Yeah, I know. I'm living in China. I'm working in China, making money in China. When do you get out of China? A bit later on, I suppose. Gino's political streamer era. Because Chris identifies as a female. We all know that. I'm not pro-cult, no. I just know that there is a cult, but I'm not pro-cult. It's easier for a camel to fit through the eye of the needle than it is for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. Heaven? Do you mean space? My tinnitus? Oh, has it gotten better? I'm feeling very emotional after watching your last episode. I'm sure some people did, yeah. No. Gino is the only Lithuanian I know who is no, that's incorrect. Thank you very much, I love Gino. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. My goodness. Thank you for your support. No, that is incorrect. I am not the only Lithuanian who isn't obsessed with Russia. That is not true. I am quite obsessed with Russia. Not Russia per se, but Soviet Russia. The Soviet Russia era I'm very interested in, and I'd love to make a documentary channel just devoted for Soviet Russia. Please check out my Laika documentary on Geno Samuel 3. You will not find a Lithuanian who is not obsessed with Russia, I'm sure. I'm from Texas? That's not true. That is not true. I'm from Boise, if anything. Can I boost my mic? Oh, okay. Can I? If I boost my mic anymore, I'm gonna start peaking, and I can hear the air. Maybe this is okay. Anyway, I'm almost done. Are you working as a white monkey? I don't think so. I really appreciate your hard work on this terrible documentary. It's been very entertaining and very detrimental to my mental health. Am I for or against Soviet Russia? It's happened. It's in the past now. I'm just interested in it, that's all. And like, I'm not for or against Chris. It's a part of history, and I think it's interesting, that's all. Bad things and good things happen. Which Soviet era? Lenin, Stalin, post-Stalin, 70s and 80s? Yes. The sex was consensual. Barb does not have dementia. She faked it for begging for money videos to gain sympathy. I mean, it does seem like she was more aware of what was happening sometimes. Like I've pointed this out in my previous Chill Quick stream. Like she was looking at Chris begging for money, like observing, making sure that Chris is saying the right things, you know? So I'm sure she's well aware of what's happening, honestly, and I'm quite sure that's not quite convinced that there's real dementia, if you will. This is, what AKG model am I using? MK271? No, K240 Mach 2. Yeah, Latvia was a Soviet state, so was Lithuania. My parents were born in and grew up in and lived through, you know, the Soviet era. So, and my dad was in the Soviet army too. All the memeing detracts from the incredible introspective potential on the series. Enlighten me in many ways, no jokes. Thanks. Personally, I like living in America, and if you like living in China, that's pretty cool. Well, yes, that's the goal. If you are okay with where you are, then why is it not okay to be like that? Personally, I would love to live in Boise, Idaho. That's just like, I gotta be rich enough, of course, but yeah, that'd be nice. No, he didn't fight in any wars. He just he served, you know. It was a conscription, I believe. So yes, Lithuania versus no, please stay out of Lithuania. It's a fucking shithole. Anyway, I love your content, Gino. Even though Part 85 made me vomit, but that had nothing to do with you. Thank you very much. Hope you vomited nicely. Love your videos now, and I hope you're recovering from all the history. Yes, I am recovering quite well. There is no Discord link publicly available, though I will make it public now, I suppose. If there's a mod who'd like to step in before I do, go ahead. But I'm gonna share it now. Generate new link. Copy. Please check out the I copied. Copy. Please check out. Is this not plugged in? What's wrong? There you go. The Geno Samuel Discord channel for all things Geno Samuel. Keep in mind, not just Christian. There's lots of stuff happening there, like a Weezer and horses and stuff like that. Lots of people walk around with shit in their pockets and complain that everything stinks. Ain't that the truth? VPN is your friend here. What's your favorite weird incident in Soviet history? I find the Dyatlov Pass incident incredibly interesting. That is interesting too, though I do hear a lot that when people have hypothermia, you get the sensation that you're being burned. You know, it's so cold that it's actually burning you. Thank you very much, Anonymous.
44.20W クォーターズ Happy birthday to Clarissa from Sherman.
Happy birthday, Clarissa. My goodness. What a wish. What a wish. Anyway, thank you very much. Hope you're having a good one there. Like people who are like at the depths of hypothermia, like before they die, they experience a burning heat, and that's why they have this irrational urge to take off their clothes because they feel like they're too hot. So that's a theory for what's happening, you know, at the Dyatlov Pass incident, and that's what happened possibly to a certain member of the Terra Nova expedition. Please check out that documentary if you're so interested. So it might not be that mysterious, but I'm not sure. I didn't read that much into it. Why Boise specifically? It seems like a nice place, you know, potato country. Why did you put end of season 1 at the end of the show? Is there going to be season 2? Isn't the show over for at least a couple of years? Well, yeah, that's the. You need to wait for the production of season 2 to complete. Yeah. Anyway, give me a few more minutes and then let's start wrapping up. Excuse me. Ooh, that was a good one. Currently drawing Chris while drinking and listening to Gina ramble. Very cozy Sunday night. Oh, that's the dream. I mean, I love my potatoes. And of course, Ireland is full of potatoes. Potatoes are great. And Boise is full of potatoes. Also, honestly, it feels like Idaho in general has a similar climate to Hokkaido. And I lived in Hokkaido for a year, and honestly, if I were to have the choice to move and live in Japan, I would choose to move to Sapporo in Hokkaido. That's my favorite place personally to live in. It's never been fun in games. Chris's life story is a tragedy. Indeed. One of my senior theses is about the Soviet republics in Belarus and Kazakhstan at the end of the Cold War. Good times. My thesis was on the translation difficulties of North Korean. I actually even picked up a bit of Korean just from my research, so I'd have a better idea of what's happening. I was recommended. I was recommended for a scholarship for my master's by my teacher who was examining my thesis and reading through it, and you know, she was so entertained by my thesis. She thought I had a great talent and I could get a master's for a translation, you know, and stuff like that. So I didn't though. But yeah, I got a pretty good score for that. Honestly, I was making the original Christian series during the same time. Everyone else is busy pulling out their hair, trying to find the right topic, trying to research all the sources for their own dissertations. And I was just writing the scripts for parts 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 like nobody's business, and not working at all on my thesis. And that was basically like a storytelling practice for like research and for research and storytelling for my thesis basically. And yeah, my dissertation is probably good enough to be made into a video later on about the translation difficulties of North Korean. Yeah. Yeah, of course I know Turkey Tom made a video about Chris, yeah. Got a lot of stuff wrong though. And he kept saying quick wiki or something. It's fucking wrong. And of course, the gamer from Mars kept saying Sonic Chew. Like, stop it. Translations is a mindset. I mean, to be fair, in my first ever run, I kept saying Rosa Chew because even though I saw Chris pronounce it as Rosechu, I said no. Chris is wrong. I am correct. It is pronounced Rosechu. I stopped after a while because people kept yelling at me. But yeah. But you should do a documentary on the atrocities committed by Japan on Korea. You would be extremely interested if you'd never seen it before. Oh, I know about some of that. Yeah, of course. Japan were hardcore. I cannot believe they just fought with fucking everybody when they had no business. Man. And in an alternate history, you know, they could have seized Australia before the Westerners got there. Honestly, it could have been part of the Japanese Empire. There are separate languages for North Korea and South Korea. It's kind of distinct. You know, it's very slight. I think it's more slight now than it was originally. But yes, like if you're, like even if you're like for example, sometimes you see like broadcasts from the news about whatever political happenings in North Korea, in China, on like Chinese news, and my wife saw like the army announcements and whatever they're saying to their soldiers and whatever, and she could understand it because it sounds so close to Chinese, you know. Because the North Korean language prefers, of course, language, vocabulary sources from China and from native Korean rather than loan words from other countries. Like there's a lot of loan words in South Korean, spoken South Korean. Like there's lots of loan words from Japan, of course, because Japan seized Korea, and you know there's lots of Japanese origin words in Korea, and of course English as well. The same way that there is Chinese words in Japan and in Japanese, and lots of English loan words in Japanese as well, but not so much in North Korean. They're staying more true to original Korean, and honestly, lots of loan words in China. There's not that many. Like, coffee is one of them, of course, which is coffee, but like generally, when the Japanese, for example, or even the South Koreans would say something like "aisukurimu," just to call ice cream, the Chinese have their own specific words. They're all very own, very complicated words. You know, for example, Japanese has pan, meaning bread, and pan comes from Portuguese, actually. It's the same in Spanish, but the origin is actually from Portuguese, which actually happens to be the same word. In Chinese, it's dangao, I believe. And, you know, they have their own, like, meanings, and they're all so fucking stupid. They're all, because they have, you know, a very select, basically kind of a limit on their own actually vocabulary. They have basically the unique words. They have a selection of 5,000 unique words, and to make more words you need to combine these unique words to make new words, like for example, saliva in Chinese directly translates to mouth water. And I believe rice cooker is something like rice bowl machine or something like that, you know. You have to combine these more simple words to make more complex words, and it's all right in native Chinese, but if you go to directly translate them, it's dumb. It just sounds dumb. I recently moved to South Korea. There definitely are a lot of borrowed words, especially from Japanese, which is strange because a lot of old-timers here openly hate Japan. I mean, they have no choice in the language that they speak. It just what is spoken, and you just have to deal with it, you know? Though there was a movement even in France fairly recently that they wanted to enfranchise the language and remove the loan words, you know. So yeah, that's a brief less known languages. How many languages can I speak? Fluently, just English. Though I'm fairly proficient at Lithuanian and Spanish and Japanese. I have a slight knowledge of Russian and Chinese, of course. I forgot when I read it, but someone translated a toothpaste ad into Japanese and brought and back, and fresh breath came back as good wind. Comprehensive history on the second Sino-Japanese war would be awesome. They're doing that in Quebec. Yeah, they're doing that. It's not the worst thing, honestly. You just gotta be proud of your own heritage, and you gotta, honestly. Is my English better than Lithuanian? Definitely. I haven't spoken Lithuanian in such a long time, except for some words with my mother, but that's it, you know? So it's kind of dying in me. And yeah, I don't know how long the comprehensive history is going to be at the end, but it's over for now. It's over for now, and the stream is also over for now. So let me just retire a little bit and go for lunch. Comprehensive. The recent quick the recent quick video is more popular than the others, of course, because it's the big finish. So greatly thanks for all the support. Thanks so much for everyone's fun chats and super chats, and the mega chats, I believe, for the stream. Greatly appreciate all your support and all your love. Thanks for sticking around for so long. The Spanish documentary series is managed by someone else, so if they're not up to it, it's beyond me, you know. It's up to them if they wish to continue that. So anyway, I'm gonna stream a quick stream in a couple of weeks or so. In the meantime, please check out Gino Samuel 3 for documentary stuff. I'm gonna update some stuff there later on. Also my music channel, link down below. If you wish to support me in any of these endeavors, I got Patreon as well for some bonus features. Also, I'm available on Spotify as Gino Samuel for your music needs. Also Bandcamp if you wish to go that way. I got merch available on www.ginosamuel.com. Medallions, totems, CDs too. Morgana on CD, check it out. So yeah, that's about it from me. I don't know when I'm going to return with the Comprehensive History series. I'm planning to work on the animated series in the meantime on this channel, and maybe eventually a concise history video as well. I'll see how the animated series goes, see if I can continue on with the whole thing or just a little bit. And yeah, and in the meantime, I'm going to be remastering, reworking, rejiggering the Comprehensive History series so far, season 1 so far, so then I can eventually release it as a Blu-ray box set. I'm not having sopa de gecko. I'm not. I do Christian mannerisms? I don't think so, but okay. Excuse me. Feels so relaxed now. Want lunch? I'm starving, y'all. Anyway, thanks so much. And have a good day, have a good night, have a good week. See you when I see you. Take care of yourselves and take care of someone else. Bye 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 bye. Bye 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 bye. Bye 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 bye. Bye 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 bye. See you next time.